Nobody, no adult, should make statements like this.
It was disbelief. I didn't think the dog was capable of that. It had been so sweet up until the attack, and I never thought it was possible.
Named by...
What? You didn't think it was possible for the dog to bite someone? You didn't think it was capable of biting? Do people just think that that's a smart thing to say? Or do they honestly believe that? Do y'all genuinely believe that some dogs are incapable of biting? You think certain dogs just get programmed and it's impossible for them to bite someone, huh? And this was not even the boy's dog. This wasn't no family dog. It's a neighbor's dog. You thought it was impossible for the... Let's continue.
By a dog in the Metro East. One boy's encounter leaving him in stitches and his mother demanding more to be done. This is First Alert 4 at 10. I'm Corey Stark.
I'm Samantha Jones. That child was left scarred in what he says was an unprovoked attack.
Only First Alert 4's Russell.
Hey, young people, do y'all want to end up like this? This is where petting dogs will get you.
Child was left scarred in what he...
You want to go around rubbing on dogs. You want to go around petting dogs, keeping company with dogs. This is how you'll end up. Do y'all want to end up like this? Rubbing on dogs, going around dogs. You'll end up like this. Now just think, these nutters bring dogs into schools and tell youngsters younger than this young man to come pet it. Oh, dog culture is backwards. Young people, stay away from dogs. You want to end up like this too? You looking forward to this?
Be done. This is First Alert 4 at 10. I'm Corey Stark.
I'm Samantha Jones. That child was left scarred in what he says was an unprovoked attack.
Only First Alert 4's Russell Kinsaw spoke to the boy and his mother.
Planting seeds. He says was an unprovoked attack. But he might have provoked it. Listen to this guy. You can tell this guy is about to say something too in defense of the dog. Just look at him.
Calling for steps to be taken to keep them and neighbors safe. Russell?
So are we dealing with a dangerous dog, or was this just a fluke occurrence?
Fluke occurrence that happens tens of thousands of times every single day. Probably over 100,000 times at this point.
Depends on who you ask, but there is no denying that a 12-year-old boy suffered a disfiguring wound to his face and defensive wounds to his hands trying to protect himself.
I was going to say hi to the dog and then go finish my homework.
You're going to say hi to a neighbor's dog. The adults around him taught him to do that. I don't blame him. But this is where it'll get you. Stay away from these dumb mutants.
12-year-old Elijah Brankoff was attacked on a visit to a relative's house in Granite City. When he approached a neighbor's dog, he says it jumped up and bit his face over the top of the fence.
I heard the commotion. I thought it was the two dogs fighting each other. When I turned around, he had blood everywhere and he was screaming, and I put him in the car and rushed him to the hospital.
The attack sliced open part of Elijah's top lip. He also suffered bites to his right hand.
They did one surgery to bring the lip together, and they're going to do another surgery to reconstruct the lip. They're going to use the inside of the mouth to do that.
Elijah received 25 to 30 stitches to his face and 3 on his hand. He claims he didn't reach over the fence to pet the dog.
The owners did tell me that it was a very friendly dog.
It felt like just a ton of aching and...
So you just took the owner's word for it, huh? Is your dog friendly? Yeah, it's friendly. Okay, Johnny, go kiss it. I suspect this young man will be a dog culture critic within the next few years. He's going to reach adulthood, probably find us, dog culture critics, online, especially after this, and smarten up.
Did tell me that it was a very friendly dog.
It's not your fault People around you brainwashed you. That little voice always been in your head to stay away from these turds. You just learned from experience why you should have listened to it and why going forward you need to avoid these maggots.
Felt like just a ton of aching and stinging.
Following the attack, the owners put the dog in a 10-day quarantine and posted warning signs. I wanted to get the owners' side of the story, but no one was home, and when I reached them later, they had no comment.
It's going to attack again.
Some neighbors said the dog had always been friendly with children. Others said it had jumped the fence and fought with other dogs.
A taller fence would definitely help.
Elijah's mother has set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for his medical care. I've learned the dog owners are concerned by some of the comments leveled against them online. The attack has left Elijah scarred physically and emotionally.
Any other dog, I'm normal with it, but that dog, I try to stay clear.
That's the statement I was talking about. Now, within the next few years, I suspect he's going to turn against that statement. He's going to smarten up. His plan going forward is to avoid that dog, but be friendly and interact with other dogs. No, the other dogs might turn on you as well. That wasn't the first time you've seen this dog. That dog's seen you before. It turned on you. That's what dogs do. That's what they do. You just had hands-on experience of the true character of these mutants. Act on it. Don't continue to do the same thing that got you attacked, permanently disfigured. Now, what's your plan? If you go through life avoiding just that dog, another dog turn on you, probably mutilate your other lip. Huh? How about your lower lip? Get chopped up this time. Maybe take off your nose. Okay, now you're gonna avoid that dog. Now you got 2 dogs on your list that you avoid. Then you get attacked again. Another mutt. Take off your ear, your eye. Bite a hole out your face. Eventually, you have a long list of dogs that you're gonna avoid, and you ain't gonna have no face no more. You're gonna be walking around headless, probably armless, with nubs, still trying to be friendly to these turds. No, you should have avoided that one. I don't blame this young boy, but he's almost an adult. Hopefully he smartens up.
So an attorney...
Don't do that. See, the people around him telling him, don't avoid dogs now. That's called xenophobia. No. Dog culture critics are taking over. Y'all's lies, all lies, eventually come to an end.